attention, Luke. All right. So what's trending? This is unlike market update. This is more crypto, sorry, NFT specific. So if we just have a look in the last, let's go 1 day. You've got Blur trading volume 23 million. I always divide it by three. So let's call that 7.5 million. We got OpenSea up nicely, 6.2 million. They were below 5 million at about 4.5 million most of last week. So that's good to see, about a 50% increase on OpenSea. We've got Immutable X, 1.69 million, and then LooksRare 700,000, X2Y2 600,000, and the rest aren't really worth mentioning. So if we add that together with adjusted Blur to 7.5 million, you get to about 16, 17 million traded in NFTs in the last 24 hours. If we have a look over here and just see the notable sales for the last 7 days, we've got a Bored Ape Yacht Club as number one, selling at 150 Ethereum. We got CryptoPunks in second and third place, one selling for $176,000, another one for $136,000. We got a DGod in number four, selling for 70 ETH or $130,000. Number 5 and 6 is a white fur Bored Ape. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a big fan of the white furs. When I was privileged enough to hold a Bored Ape, I had a white fur Bored Ape, both of them selling for about $120,000 each. And then in 7th and 8th place, we've got two CryptoPunks, also both of them selling for around $110,000. So those are your notable sales. If we have a look again, last 7 days since our last show, what is trending? What collections have been trending the most? Again, I think it's important to every so often remind people, just because a project's number one on the trending doesn't mean that the floor price has gone up. It could be that people are panic selling. And that's what we're seeing with both number 1 and 2 at the moment. Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club, both of them down substantially on the week. Bored Apes are down 30%. The floor price of a Bored Ape at the moment is 35 Ethereum, which is incredibly low in ETH terms. I've never seen it lower since 2021. Mutant Ape is sitting at 6.85 Ethereum. Granted, ETH is $2,000, right? So that's the equivalent when ETH was sitting at the $1,000 mark. That's the equivalent of 11 ETH Mutant, but it's down 25% on the week. We've got Azuki continuing to rise, up 20% on the week, sitting at 14.5 Ethereum. CryptoPunks at just under 50. Beans 1.3. DGods continuing to do nicely, sitting just under 9, a little bit down on the week. Bored Ape Kennel Club 2.7 Ethereum. Captain slightly down at 7.5. Miladies keeps rising at 3.3 Ethereum. Clone X at 1.6. We've got Heavy Metal we're going to talk about today, 0.7. Pepin 0.7 and Pudgy Penguins at 4.3. Just going into the Bitcoin ordinals. Last 24 hours, we've got Ordinal Punks at number one spot. Their floor is 3.2 Bitcoin. We've got Oblivion sitting at 0.185 Bitcoin. The Final Pattern at 0.06. Bitcoin Machines at 0.19. Distortions at 0.07. Still seeing Bitcoin Frogs, which we spoke about a month ago, at 0.04 Bitcoin. We've got anti-NFT Bitcoin maxis at half a Bitcoin. Recursive Frogs, a derivative of Bitcoin Frogs, which is very bullish, at 0.016 Bitcoin. And those are your top 10 ordinals. Just while we're in ordinals, before we get into the news where Kate's going to chat, we did have a $7 million ordinal sale. If we have a look over here, according to data that was provided by CryptoSlam. Now, again, this is from crypto.news. I've only seen this from here. I'm not 100% sure that this is correct, but an uncategorized ordinal collection was sold for 232 Bitcoin, worth $7 million at the time of the transaction. The data shows that this NFT was minted on June the 8th. It gives the block number that it was minted on, and it has traded 18 times over the past 2 weeks. Crypto sales in the last 24 hours on ordinals reaching a total of 7.36. To me, this screams money washing, wash trading, the same NFT being traded so many times, getting to this amount. But it did make the news and it's important to see. We are seeing ordinal buyers and sellers go down. So buyers went down 64% and sellers 48%. And also the number of ordinal owners is only up 0.61% in the past 24 hours, reaching 260,000. And that is your market update.
Oh yeah. Before we move on, I want to do